The minute I realized that I needed to change my way of thinking and parenting and doing, and I did, and Maverick was a totally different person. The way he moves, the way he acts, the words that he speaks, and the love that he gives, and the not so much anxiety, I can tell with him when I am feeling calm and okay. If you take the time to feed yourself and rest yourself and recharge yourself, that just circles back to your whole entire family. But for our children who are autistic, they feel so much more, and they feel that energy. They feel when you're anxious. Sometimes just being just calms them.
Hi, welcome back to Mother's Guide Through Autism podcast. I am Brigitte Shipman, your host, and today is a very special podcast, at least it is for me, because I am welcoming back my dear friend Maureen Brice and another mom. There's going to be three of us today, Kim Heinl, and we're just having another chill and chat. We're going to have a conversation about how we have started a support community and we want to grow our community and some of the things that we've been talking about. And so this is an invitation to anyone who listens to this episode to join us and to be part of this movement of support for our moms. All right, guys, welcome, Maureen. Welcome, Kim.
Hello, hello, everyone. I'm so excited for our chill and chat today. And it is because of, not only because it's Bridget and I, but having Kim, one of our amazing moms, who
Yay.
joined us on our Recharge and Restore retreat back in July. And I don't even know where to start, but I do. First of all, we had 10 amazing moms who entrusted Bridget and I for this journey. And just the 12 of us, plus the people who at Glass House Weddings who hosted the event, it was magical. It was magical. It was beautiful. We couldn't have picked, well, I think God and the universe picked the moms anyway, because bringing us all together, it was just harmonious. And when Bridget and I were talking about the chill and chat, we were like, oh my gosh, we got to talk about the retreat. And then we both went, wouldn't it be fun to have Kim on, since she was the first mom to walk through the doors and set the tone for the whole thing?
Yeah,
Welcome, Kim.
Thank
yeah.
you. Thanks for
I would,
having me.
oh my God, it's such an honor. I would love if you would just take a moment and share what it was like our journey together so far. Is we keep saying the word magical, which it is. Ever since Maureen and I had that first conversation months ago. So, Kim, tell us about the retreat. Tell us about the community and what it means to you.
I mean, I heard about the retreat on your podcast that day that I had listened, and I had listened to the second episode, and then you guys were like, go back to the first one, the first chill and chat. And so, we had this surprise for you guys, and I listened to that, and that day I was like, oh my gosh, I got to find out what are the dates for this. Like, what is this all about? A retreat? Like, that sounds amazing. Sign me up. And then I saw it was in Missouri. I'm like, Missouri? I'm in Ohio. That's really, far away. And so I immediately had checked the dates, and I'm like, wow, these dates work out. And I feel like for the first time in a really long time, I put myself first. And, as we know on the autism journey, it's hard to do. We have kids that have extra needs 24/7, and other kids that have needs as well. But I felt this calling that God was saying, you need to be here. This is going to be a really special, important thing for you. And so, of course, my husband was 100% on board right away. He's like, I really think this is going to be special. And so I went into this. I booked it. I had never flown before. I mean, I've driven places myself and, drove 5 hours, 6 hours away, never flown by myself. I always had a fear of flying, and still do a little bit. I'm a lot better than I was. But I had this peace, and it's like I knew that this was going to be magical, but I didn't. I was like, I have zero expectations. Honestly, I just kept telling myself, at best, I got a nice little weekend away by myself doing something new. And I was getting to meet you, who I've listened to forever, and so I'm like, this will be great. Zero expectations. And the minute that I walked in that door and then the two of you showed up, I mean, of course I was overcome with emotion because I had never met you, Brigitte. I have listened to you for the last 3 years, and as I've told you, got me through some really dark moments and times and days. And then the days of listening to the episodes where there's the professionals giving advice, other moms, and you being so real. And, years ago with Joseph, and you were walking in the same shoes that I am. And so I was just overcome seeing you after hearing your voice for 3 years. And then the moms that just started coming in, we kept saying it was magical, but it really was. It was, from the rest I felt from, I explained to people, it's hard to put into words how the feeling that I feel, the love that I still have for every single woman who is at that retreat, the gratitude to be able to have such a sacred, safe space to share our really dark times that a lot of us have felt. And then when others were sharing how they felt with different things, it's like, yeah, I've been there. I get it. I feel you. I don't, we didn't even have to explain anything. Well, this is why my child does this, and this is why it happens. It's like, no, girl, I already know. Like, been there. I go on vacation there all the time. Like, yeah, yeah. So I came back, I left there feeling so empowered. All of the activities we did with the two of you, I can't even tell you how grateful I am for, the two of you, and then the other moms. Like, how do I even want to say this? The talent, the gifts that every single mom has that was there, and even my own, realizing my own gifts, and really being a little more nicer with myself, and better self-talk with myself after leaving there, because I really don't talk to myself the greatest sometimes. And it's that negative self-talk that can just bring us down. And being with those women and just feeling empowered and feeling like, I've got this. Like, we're all in this together. It's like a sisterhood bond that was unexplainable, And so, yeah, I mean, that I feel like was the gist of the whole retreat for me: resting, relaxing. I didn't have to take care of anyone. I ate beautiful food from Chef Kyle. I didn't have to worry about what was next. You guys were planning it all, and it was like, okay, I'll just be there and show up, And it's hard for us moms to do that, right? Like, it's hard for us to be like, well, no, 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 let me help. And it was like, no, I'm going to just take this weekend, and I'm going to take in every single bit. And I feel like I really did, from the scenery to the love, is what I can't even explain. How 12 women who are from all over, different backgrounds, different demographics, different areas of the country, came together with such love and open hearts and acceptance, and all the things, all the wonderful words that we shared with each other. And yeah, I'm can't wait till next year. I want to go right now. I feel like it wasn't long enough. All the things. But yeah, I still can't explain and put into words how it changed my life, and what I wish other moms, even if you can't do a large retreat like this, or a retreat that is costly, and had a price, but I think, again, us moms, we put ourselves to the back burner. It's always like, well, we need this, and someone needs that. And you can still do other little things. And I think from that retreat, from you two, the other moms, the different activities we did, it really made me realize, like, okay, you need to take this time for yourself, even if it's in the day, saying, hey guys, I need a little bit of time to myself, or just a recharge. It just made me really stop and think. in the calmness that I feel now coming back, um, because again, listening to other moms and their techniques or their ideas that they have or different ways that they do things, I'm like, well, I'm going to implement that. And also what I feel like was great was the different ages, because we have moms who their sons are in their 30s and 20s, teenagers, 4-year-olds, 3-year-olds. Some people had multiple kids, some it was an only child. And I just feel like the knowledge that we all gained that weekend and understanding and inspiration was just, you can't explain it and you can't put it all into like this little bubble. It's just too big and amazing and beautiful. So that's my gist of the retreat.
Well,
Well, if I could put that on a t-shirt, I would.
that was beautiful. Absolutely, Kim. Thank you for that because as you were sharing, I can honestly say I felt the same way. I know Maureen and I were hosting it, but I got just as much out of it as you all did because we've got a community now
Yeah,
of moms.
yeah,
Yeah. And the thing I thought, I mean, Kim, thank you. Thank you for even putting it in words because from my point of view, and when Bridget was in one part of the room, I came in behind you and I was like, oh, you're Kim. And then Bridget introduced herself and you burst into tears. And I mean, we all looked at each other and we were like, oh my God, what'd we do and what's going on? And it was so beautiful how you just were so overcome with emotion.
yeah.
And it did set the tone because what it did is it showed us that we wanted to create an environment for love and vulnerability to be safe. And but the thing that all the moms brought were empathy that they got to recharge themselves for their own. It was
Yeah.
just there was no draining as much as it was filling and filling and filling. And
Mhm.
same with Bridge, you're right. I mean, the same as I went in with expectations to hopefully have every mom go home empowered and fulfilled and rested and with tools. That was a
Mhm.
big thing for Bridget and I both, really wanting everybody to have tools.
Yeah.
But what we all walked away with was you couldn't even name it. It was beyond any of us. And it was just so beautiful. And we're still doing it today.
Mhm.
It's that ripple effect. And I love it. You just said it perfectly. So yeah, that's a big t-shirt, but I'm in.
Yeah, yeah. I loved everything. And I too had, you know, the same goals, intentions that Maureen just shared. And honestly, what it did for me personally, Kim, was when you got so emotional, it was just like the affirmation of, oh my gosh, okay, Maureen and I are on the right track. We just had this pull to do this, right? And I mean, Maureen and I have our stories. We were both thinking about, well, maybe I could this or that. And then after that moment, everything shifted for me. And I thought, okay, all right, we're going to keep going and let's keep getting as many moms as we can. And
Yeah.
let's do this. Let's do this
Yeah.
together.
And I mean, for me, this is 100% full circle, right? I 3 years ago, before Maverick was even had an autism diagnosis, I found your podcast and I was in the midst of soul crushing grief that was so bad. I felt like the world was just spinning upside down and I didn't know which way to go. And then I just started little by little figuring things out. And when I found your podcast, it was a game changer. And I've said this to you, you're Joseph's mother guide, but you're all of our mother guides. Like it is, it's such a lonely road with autism. And I have, family and friends who their kids are autistic. And of course, like we've connected and things like that. But the podcast was such a light and a guiding, it was a guide for me because I didn't know what to do. And you were comfort to me and then hope. Hope comes with listening to those professionals or other moms or whatever you were talking about, having Joseph on. I mean, I'll just never forget. And I had my husband listen to the episode with Joseph and I'm like, I just have such hope for my son, and again, this was a long time ago. This was 3 years ago. He's a totally different child now. But and now just this full circle moment of sitting here on this podcast, I couldn't have dreamt this. I didn't even think I would ever meet you. That wasn't even on, like, you were just this person on my playlist all the time, that just rode with me in the car every day, 40 minutes away, taking my son to a preschool that I knew was going to benefit him more than any of the other ones near us. And I would cry, I would laugh, I would just be like, yes, like that filled me up for today. I got this. And the cycle just repeats. And some days are really easy and some days are really hard, but that it just sitting here is just full circle. And that retreat was just amazing. Like, this is the icing on the cake, sitting here with the two of you and getting to know you, Maureen. I mean, it's just, you guys are, it's just amazing. We have built an amazing community, and there's so many other moms that need to hear this. And not only moms, but caregivers. There's grandparents, there's aunts, uncles, dads, even, they have hurt and grief too, and need guidance.
Yeah.
But us moms usually keep everything in us and on our shoulders. And this is just a community where I feel safe, secure, and able to keep moving forward for my son. And I just appreciate it so much.
It's all about paying it forward. Because as I listen to you, Kim, I have been exactly in those, as you know, sharing the story. We all have been there, right? And so, how can we pay it forward? And we pay it forward by having these conversations, by building a community of moms. I would love to have dads join us too. I'm just not one. So I just felt like Joseph and I started this together, and he's really the one who got the party started, so to speak. So I just say all of that to say we're all in this together. It's not one mom has more, one mom has less. I don't like to compare grief. I don't like to compare any of that, because when you're in it, you just need somebody to say, like, I craved somebody to say, Bridget, my son is 33 years old and you're going to be okay. This is all for anybody who's looking. You can't do this without support. You cannot.
Well,
So
you can, but it sucks. Sorry, I'm just gonna say it.
true, Maureen. Very true.
As you
It does
can, but
suck
it sucks. Yeah. We
because I
don't we
can
don't
have,
recommend it anymore because Bridget and I obviously had to do it by ourselves with,
yeah,
the years that we had, the decades of no help and stuff. But that's
yeah.
why, yeah, I like the community aspect much better.
And I feel so grateful and blessed that, you moms were the pioneer moms of the autism acceptance movement, if you will. You guys didn't have the things that we have now. I mean, you guys fought tooth and nail because you love your children like nothing else. And as all of us do, but it's like you guys made these pathways for us. And then it's like, I want to continue making these pathways for other moms. I don't know it all. I'm never going to know it all. But I want to keep learning and growing and making it so that these beautiful children who grow up to be beautiful adults have a place in this world. And it's understanding that they're so special. They all have a purpose. It's like the minute I realized that I needed to change my way of thinking and parenting and doing, I did, and Maverick was a totally different person. And that's what thing I'll circle back to the retreat is that when I came back feeling the way I felt, he was feeling that. I can tell with him when I am feeling calm and okay, and it's like his regulation is just so much more. The way he moves, the way he acts, the words that he speaks, and the love that he gives, and the not so much anxiety. So I think that realizing that if you take the time to feed yourself and rest yourself and recharge yourself, that just circles back to your whole entire family. But for our children who are autistic, they feel so much more, and they feel that energy. They feel when you're anxious and always trying to you figure out the next therapy and what's the next thing I need to do. And it's like sometimes just being, and it just calms them and doesn't make them feel that pressure, because even though you're not trying to make them feel that pressure, it is. And that's one of the big things that I learned from that too, like really
I love
just
that.
taking a breath, taking a beat, slowing down and meeting him where he needs and what he needs to be and do at that moment. But yeah, you guys are pioneer moms for this journey, and I appreciate it so much, both of you.
Oh, thank you.
Wow.
One of the things, Bridget and I love you telling us that, because when we were going in with the retreat idea, and we've both been to a lot and done a lot ourselves, right? And we said we want to do something different. We both are been advocates and changed lots of things, right? But the tools are key. But when we decided that Bridget has her Mother's Guide Through Autism book, right, where that has the tools, but the tools are about the mom getting stronger. And then for my book, it's the journey, but it was bringing in energy and how the ripple effect of how you are, exactly what you just said, Kim. So when we came together to do the layout of it, that was super important to both Bridget and I, to make sure that the mom came first, and then realized her center is what ripples out, and your child does get better. So you saying Maverick even responded to that so much just makes my heart burst with joy, because I've seen it and I love it. And you enacted that, though, because each parent, each mom, each caregiver is the one who's going to be able to do that, and that you took those tools and the experience you had, and took it right home and stayed in that vibration or frequency of yay. You got it back immediately. And that's a huge lesson that only you and Maverick can teach each other, and then it continues on, and I'm sure the rest of the family felt it.
Absolutely.
I love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I do too. I feel like a vision for me is you two are helping this vision come to light. I say all the time, please like, please subscribe, right? At the end of the podcast. Let's reach as many moms as we can. Let's reach as many people as we can. So let's grow this. Let's make this vision a reality, because it is a ripple effect of love. That's what we're doing. We are coming together with all this love for our kids, and now with each other. And we just want to spread it, man. So thank you both for finding me. Thanks.
and, and our other moms too, who were there. It's just, I was sitting there going, how can we do a Zoom with all 12 of us? It would be Brady Bunch on steroids.
It would, but maybe each chill and chat we have, we just keep the party going and just keep having different moms join us, because it is about the energy. And listening to you, Kim, I could feel it. I got the goosebumps again. The whole weekend, I just walked around with goosebumps.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
so wonderful. Yeah. But
Well, we are going to keep it going,
no,
We
talk
are.
about
We
building our
are.
community, ladies. Let's talk about it. So, Maureen, do you want to share a little bit about our next steps are for our chill and chat and our
I
community?
do. I do. I do. Okay.
Yeah.
So let me get this. I'm not sharing, because if I shared my screen, I'd scare everybody. They would sit there and they would put in me, they're like, lady, you need Adderall now. I'm like, no, I do natural. That's why you're not seeing my screen. Okay, so what we've decided to do is we knew when we left the retreat that this was not over. And honestly, we came to the retreat to do and focus, just like you said earlier, Kim, we were in the moment. We were in the
Yep.
present moments. And it was so funny, because I was in the middle of the first workshop, And you just said, hey, I don't know about y'all, but I'm coming next year if you're going to have it. And I'm like, okay. I thought, well, that's a question for Kathy Arp, who owns Crossmax
Yeah.
Weddings.
Yeah.
But I mean, I looked at Bridget, we just started laughing. We were like, we felt the exact same way. It was
Okay.
so, but knowing that that has to have a continuum, right? Just because it's so needed. And what we have put together is more, it's better than anything I've ever gone to in my 20 plus years in the autism world, because you do need to go and learn from doctors at conventions and you do need to do stuff like that. But this is totally different. This is for the moms, or the caretakers or the dads. I mean, we can extend it to the dads too. It just, that might be a different platform. But what we're going to end up doing is we're going to create a members group. And it is, our original 10, our OG, our moms, that we talked about. We definitely are, we're keeping that little core together, but we are going to create a members only group. It's going to be private. We're going to have monthly meetings and they're going to be live. We're going to have them recorded. It will also have coaching tools and everything that Bridget and I are going to bring to the group. It's going to be on topics that are specific. So like, if you're a member, you're going to have the opportunity to put your situation forward. There was another thing we learned is everybody does things differently, but the same. It's just, because the same goal is wanted, right? The desire is, it's either safety, care, progression, love, just whatever. But each parent has such golden nuggets of knowledge, of how to do it their way, that one way might resonate with another parent. And just like we saw at the retreat, right? So in this group, we are going to be able to have it's going to be online, so anybody can join. And it's going to be a sacred monthly gathering. It's going to be the second Tuesday of every month at 11 a.m. Central Time. Kim, Central Time.
Central Time. Okay.
Central Time. I know. We had moms from all over, and boy, that getting our post meeting together was, that's another one, right? So, but what we're going to do is we're going to have it on Zoom, and again, we'll record it for members to see it if they can't make the live. But it's going to be a safe and empowering space to connect.
That's amazing. Amazing. Like, that's so exciting. I love it. I'm in. I'm in.
Yay, it is. That's right. Because we'll have, we're going to do insightful coaching strategies that you can apply. It's going to be a mindset focus too, and family dynamics and emotional wellness. And we're going to, like I said before, we're going to do the coaching, but we'll have more tools come in. And it's just going to be real connection and real understanding. We're going to do, it is again, a membership. So it's $25 per month. And then we'll just, there's no contract or anything. If you ever want to, bail, you can. But I can guarantee you, I doubt anybody will. I think it's just going to grow and grow and grow, because if we could have had 100 moms at that retreat, didn't have enough tree houses and bungalows for that. But one moment, please. You did. Come on in. Would you guys like to meet my Jonathan?
Hi, Jonathan.
Come here. Come here.
Maureen's rock star, as she refers to him. This is Jonathan, and he is one of the very important reasons why we do what we do.
Yes, he is. He's absolutely. Do you want to say hi to
Jonathan?
Everybody? Yeah.
Hi.
You were really great letting me go to the retreat, right? To be with the other moms?
Yep.
Yeah. Do you think moms need that?
Hey, Mama.
Do you think moms need that?
Yep. I got games on notes.
That's right. You did. Jonathan is a list maker.
I like it.
That's a very useful tool to make lists. I have to have a list as well. So I love that he has discovered that.
Yeah. Well, he's one of those kids. He didn't speak till he was 4, by the way. He was severe. And that's a whole other story, but it's also part of his and ours. And what's amazing is Jonathan taught himself to spell before he spoke.
Wow.
Anyway, again, that goes into how every mom has a different pathway, and every child, of course, is unique. But getting together on this new members group that we're going to put together, it is we're hoping that it's going to be the community that fills in so many gaps that the moms need, because it's going to be on the emotional level more
Yeah.
so than academia.
And
Yeah.
for sure, for me, it's like things feel less daunting when I have support. And the support of moms who have children with autism, we just have a connection. We just, there's a connection there, and I think that that's wonderful. I'd love to be part of that. And I think that we could reach so many moms that need that support, and just maybe to listen or to just hey, I'm having a really hard day. Does anybody have any advice about this? It's like, yeah, like I've been there. I've done it, and it's okay. You're gonna be okay. We're gonna get through this. I think it feels less daunting when you have a support group like this one.
Yeah, thank you. I
Yeah.
think so too. Well, that also, having the recordings and the live meetings, we're going to have the private Facebook group. So if, again, that's when somebody says, hey, does anybody know, or has anybody had this happen? And all the moms are going to have access to be able to jump in and support. So it's going to be an all-encompassing community
Yeah.
that started with our OG RRRs, and I just can't wait for it to expand.
Yeah.
Another thing too, real quick, to circle back to the retreat, another thing that I got from this was all of those tools that we talked about. I think someone had talked about the book Daring Greatly by Brene Brown. I
Yeah.
forget who it was. Someone, I'd written it down. Well, my husband had downloaded it because of someone else had told him about it. And that was a book that I was like, oh my goodness. I mean, outside of Bridget, I had already read your Mother's Guide Through Autism and did the workbook. And then I just read Maureen's when I got back from the retreat. And I mean, all of these different tools and uplifting things that we get from the other moms in this group are just, it's invaluable. You just can't, it's just wonderful. I think that in this to continue on, because that's what we kept saying in the retreat. We can't let this fizzle. Like, we're all supporting each other. We're all here. And I mean, we've obviously had that connection still with the text messages and the Facebook groups. And to see, yeah, someone, Nicole has a book that she's working on, and I can't wait for that to come out because I'm going to read it and I'm going to get it, and it's just that type of stuff where I'm like, wow, these amazing moms. And then you feel like amazing. It's like, oh, I've got this knowledge, and I feel like I have more armor on and more, I got this. So for that to continue, we need that. Moms need that.
What I'm hoping is that which I just feel that love does spread like wildfire. It just spreads quickly. And when a mom or parents get a diagnosis, that they have, like a doctor can say, which Maureen, you talk about this in your book, is to actually go, here is a card, here is a support group already up and running for you. Listen, get in touch with these folks. There isn't still, I can't believe it. I've been on this journey for 33 years, and you still get a diagnosis and you're just left to figure it out.
Yeah.
Yes, we have the different therapies and things, but the emotional support, that, my friends, is what is lacking big time in our community.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what we're going to fill. We
Yeah.
are going to fill it.
Yeah, we are.
Because the stuff that's out there is just too,
Yeah.
it's everybody can go down the drains and
Yeah.
the rabbit holes and get exhausted. And that's why we're ready to shift this.
Yeah.
And I did
I should have had one of our t-shirts. We have these awesome t-shirts that Maureen had.
Oh, I've got one right here.
Oh, yay. Which if you're on our YouTube channel, you'll get to see it. If you're not, then subscribe to it and you will get to see it.
I should
There
have.
it is. It's beautiful.
That's
It's
right.
purple. And this was what the whole big picture is about changing your energy and learning, having the tools to be able to shift your mindset. And we called it Shift the Shit. And it was fantastic. And we wore those t-shirts so proud.
We sure did.
Yeah.
And everybody looked so good.
Yeah.
And I think we use that phrase quite a bit. And
We
it
did.
it just was fitting.
It
And
is.
everyone who sees mine goes, "Oh gosh, that's so cool. Where do I get one of those?" And I'm like, "Well, hang on. Maybe that'll be phase three of what we're doing here together." But I did want to mention, as Maureen told you about our Chill and Chat support group and online membership, that we're going to kick it off on Tuesday, September 16th. Write that down, put it in your calendars. And as Maureen said, it's at 11 a.m. Central Time on Zoom. But if you can't make it, no, you'll get a recording. Where can you sign up? Don, you can sign up. You can go to Mother's Guide through autism.com and there will be a sign up button. You can also go to Maureen's website, Hope, Dream, Believe. And we'll also, when we release this, we'll have all the information of how to sign up as you listen to this in the release. So you'll just have to push a button, join our group. So September 16th, 11 a.m. Central Time, join, just click the membership button and away you go. And you can join our wonderful group of moms. And also, if you want to leave questions or comments, Maureen and I were discussing this, and we would always like to hear about your wins. We spent some time, because that does help you shift the shit, is to let folks know what your wins are. Anybody, Maureen, what's your win?
Okay, my big win. I'd like to say one for me and one for Jonathan. Is that all right?
Of course it is.
Okay. The big win for Jonathan is he turned 25 last week. And that in itself is amazing because of his health issues and all this other stuff. But the win was it was on a Wednesday. On Tuesday, we had full doctor days, no anxiety. He was a rock star. Went in, saw all this stuff.
Okay.
The next day we go and we have family, and we had already done his pool birthday with other friends. And I mean, he just embraced all of it. And that is all you autism moms, you get me when I say that is like such a rock star win. And yeah, my win, I'm just going to go ahead and say, because I got to enjoy it and be part of it. I'll just say that was all. It was a combo win. Really, that's how big it was for me and the family. So that's my win.
Yeah,
Love
that makes
that.
sense. Kim, what is yours?
Well, my win is that I have found my voice of being able to say, I can't do this by myself. It's too much. I'm overwhelmed. I need a little bit of time. Whether it's with my family or, learning how to say no because I need to protect my peace. So I feel like that's been a big win for me lately. And also working through the emotions of Maverick going to kindergarten this year. It's exciting. It's very nerve-wracking. So I've handled that very well. So I think that's been a win, but it's also been, we're blessed to be at a school where they're very loving and excited to have him. And so I know it's going to be wonderful. And a big win for him recently is we went to his school for a one-on-one open house, and he was a rock star. He was a little nervous at first, and then he was in there talking to his teachers, working a little bit, seeing all the things. And then we had gone school supply shopping with his older siblings and went through Target, and he pushed the cart. It was wonderful. He was a rock star. He listened. And again, as we say, as an autism mom, can be a big time struggle. He was wonderful. It was so enjoyable, and it's not always like that. So, yeah, he's had some big wins lately, and so then in return, it's wins for us too. So, yeah.
I love that. By the way, that school shopping, you know that. You read my book, right?
Party of the Red Sea, yes. I was at
Yeah,
Target,
Moses
and I was
moment.
thinking,
I'm like, wow, that is a huge win. Yay, Maverick.
it was
Yay, Mom.
definitely better than the Moses moment.
Well,
Yes.
Bridget, what's your win, girl?
Well, I think for me, this is my personal one. I think this is a big win because when Joseph and I recorded our very first podcast, it was something. We were learning a lot, let's just say that. And to get to this point now where our voices are being heard and we're growing it and we're encouraging other voices to be heard. Hey, what else can a girl want? Is like all your voices are being heard as well. And so that's my personal win. And Joseph's, I recently just asked him if he was happy. That's a loaded question, right? And his
Yeah.
answer, yes. And you know what? If my son is happy, then that to me is a win. And it's also what all of this has been for.
Yeah.
So, any mom listening out there, if you know our stories, listening to Kim's story, Maureen's story, there is always hope. Always hope. So don't ever, if you're having a bad day and you just happen to find this episode, you were meant to find it and you were meant to find us because we're here for you. And I look forward to watching this group grow. And it has been my absolute honor to have you both, Maureen, for you to be back for a chill and chat, which we're going to have more of those, everybody, if you're wondering. And then Kim, for you to be able to come on and be vulnerable and share your heart is you're making a difference in the world, whether you know it or not. There is a mom out there, just like you were,
Yep.
that found this episode and heard you speak, and you just changed their life.
I hope
You
so.
you
I really
totally
hope
did.
so.
You
I
totally did.
That's what this is all about. Like you said, love. It will be okay. You're gonna be okay. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be tricky, but there's so many beautiful blessings, and this is obviously one of them, but the friendship and the support is the biggest blessing. I just have so much gratitude in my heart.
Oh, me too. And Kim, you said to me not long ago, and it stuck with me, and I'd love to share it, is how you just said, "You're not alone," you know,
No,
and every mom out there is not alone.
no.
And I can't wait till the Chill and Chat membership group, the moms group, gets it all together, and everybody sees how not alone they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful, my friends. Beautiful.
Woo-hoo.
I feel the magic. I feel the love. This is calling all moms to find us, join our group. Remember, you go to Mother's Guide through autism.com, and you can also go to Maureen's hopedreambelieve.com and push the button, join us on our journey as we grow a community of love, support, friendship, and help us create this. Because Maureen and I can't do it without you all. Well, it's just not possible. So without you,
We're just two chicks
we're just two chicks chilling and chatting.
chilling and chatting. But see, we grabbed Kim and brought her in. So
Yeah,
come
we
on,
did.
mamas. Come on,
All
mamas.
right. Yes, yes. I personally have really enjoyed our conversation, this episode of Chill and Chat on Mother's Guide Through Autism podcast. Remember, we've said it all the way through this podcast. Please like, please subscribe, please share, leave your comments, and help us grow our community. I will see you in the next episode of Mother's Guide Through Autism, and I can't wait to see you all there. Thanks.